know, next year we've decided that the theme at St. Louis U High is going to somehow relate to the word joy. And that's really the first word that comes to mind when I think of Mr. Conscient.
He brought this great energy. You know, he loved being a SLUH every day.
And what I have noticed throughout the semester is more and more the kids would walk into his classroom kind of with this burst of joy. Bonjour.
Whenever Steve is in the office, I can feel immediately his joy and enthusiasm with his presence, which is so contagious.
He's one of those people that radiates being glad to be alive, and that is a tremendous asset for a teacher, and certainly for a friend.
French is a very difficult language to pronounce, and the way he's gotten the kids to work on their pronunciation is through singing. And I thought that was just a wonderful approach.
Monsieur Conscient n'a pas été à SLUH pour longtemps, mais en sa période, il a fait beaucoup pour nous.
I would like to say thank you to him for bringing such a positive and fun atmosphere to our office. I want to say, I don't like to say goodbye. I shall see you somewhere else for sure.
Monsieur Conscient, thank you so much for your time here at SLUH this year. We will all miss you, and I hope to stay in touch.
Merci pour tout, Yves. Tu vas nous manquer. Je te souhaite bonne chance et j'espère que tu vas continuer à partager ta joie de vivre avec tes élèves. À bientôt, j'espère.
Et je suis très triste de te voir partir, mais je suis contente parce que je sais que tu vas partager ta sagesse avec les autres. Merci.
Iyad is really like an angel this year.
We were in a desperate situation, needing to find an Arabic teacher.
It was maybe 3-4 days before school started that we interviewed Mr. Oklat for the Arabic position.
We had the incredible good fortune to find someone who was not only an outstanding teacher of Arabic, we had someone who was a great human being, who was flexible, who was friendly, and who loved his students. I mean, that's the thing we really lucked out on.
For a first-year teacher at SLUH, and given the circumstances, he's done an awesome job. You can really tell that he cares about his students and that they really like him.
He was present. The first day of school was such a strange time, being virtual and on Zoom, and it's like he had been doing it forever. He was a professional Zoom Arabic teacher.
He also never fails to sing Happy Birthday in Arabic for all the kids on their birthdays, so that's a big hit. Kids kind of chuckle, and but they sing along, and it's great. I've loved watching that.
And he's added so much to their lives this year. I know Arabic class is a really, really wonderful space on our campus for so many students. He's enriched our school by teaching us about Ramadan, by teaching me better ways to be an educator.
The SLUH Arabic program has been enriched by him. Even though it's a new program, I think he's taken it to a different level.
And he did that in a way which was so hospitable, that I think created an appetite in his students for finding out more about Arab culture, Arab peoples.
Best of luck, Iyad, and yeah, good luck in Chicago and whatever the future holds.
God bless you, my friend. Thank you for serving St. Louis U High so well, and I look forward to keeping up with you in the years ahead.
COVID was a very difficult time, especially with athletics in the fall and trying to figure out what was the next step. And Sam was there every step of the way, helping us check in athletes, take temperatures, and it was always with a smiling face. And I think that smile was pretty infectious.
Mr. Glass has been a mentor for me because he was really able to just show me how to look on the bright side of things. He always had a good attitude with him, and he brought that attitude to everything he did.
Sam was always just so even-keeled. ref doesn't show up, facilities aren't ready, rain is causing a delay. You know, I'm always and Sam is just so calm, cool, and collected.
One of the most memorable things I had from Mr. Glass was he had his lock screen on his phone, and it was the goals he was trying to achieve for his week or his month or something. And he always had it there, and he showed me it every couple of weeks. I would change and that kind of stuff. And I thought it was really interesting because he was always motivated to get stuff done.
Sam did a lot of behind-the-scenes work. I don't think, with 19 sports, I don't think people realize how many contests that actually means.
Not only did you step in, you did a wonderful job of getting together with our kids and with Mr. Zarek. Always had a smile on your face. Kids love you. We can't thank you enough for all you did.
Sam, we miss you. The best of luck in all of your future endeavors, and we know with that great attitude and that great smile, looking forward to seeing all the great things that you can accomplish.
I can't thank you enough, sir. It's been a wonderful year working with you. I wish you the best. I know you're going to do well in whatever you do.
Good luck wherever you go, Sam. They're lucky to have you, and go Bills.
Wish you all the best. I know you're going to be successful because of the person that you are. Thank you for everything.
Matthew sits right next to me in the science office, and he is definitely a calming presence. He seems to take everything as it comes, which this year has been very crucial.
I really love this summer. He always sends us these research articles about coronavirus or new things that are coming up, but they're always with a positive spin.
Did a great job jumping into a difficult class sometimes to teach in chemistry, but really worked very hard, worked well with Mrs. Russo as his mentor.
The deliberate, quiet, focused way you conducted yourself as a professional and as a caregiver for our students, as an intense person. I'm drawn to colleagues who can manage their energy in that way. So it was good for me personally, and I'm gonna miss that.
I think one of the things I appreciate most about Matthew is that he is always willing to sit down and talk to you.
And I think that's something that our students really benefit from, seeing such a beautiful example of just how to be kind of a silent leader.
So Matthew, thank you for all the youth and energy that you brought into the science department.
All the help that you gave to students outside of class.
You are going to be missed, and I wish you luck in everything that you have in front of you and your graduate studies. Thank you.
Matt, thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you so much for your abundant generosity.
Mr. Fink, thank you for this amazing year. Like my classmates and I will all agree that even though a lot of the time we saw you through our Zoom screens and iPad screens, I think we got to know the true Mr. Fink and what an amazing teacher you are. Good luck next year and the years to come at Notre Dame, and go Irish.
Matthew, good luck at Notre Dame. Keep us apprised of all the cool research you're doing.
I will miss you, our boys will miss you, and thank you so much.
I know that we only got to have Mr. Zimmerman on campus for 1 year, but even in that short time, he definitely became a fun friend to have on campus. He was super lighthearted and easy to talk to, and he just brought a great sense of joy into the English department.
I've been going through my memories of your past year here at SLUH, and I couldn't say precisely how much time that me and you spent locked in conversation, but I can confidently say that all of it was valuable to me.
Jack was doing the ASC program this summer, and I saw him teach his mock English lesson, and I thought, this guy's got it. Like, he understands. He brings such a life and a joy in the way he conducts himself with his students. There's an energy that drives his lessons. I think he's a real natural.
Jack is a person of very eclectic interests.
SLUH is going to lose the only person in the building who can talk about Aphex Twins and urban poets
the literary theories all in one afternoon.
Just get him to talk about Bigfoot or ghost stories or anything like that.
I genuinely do mean it. When you leave here, SLUH is going to lose such a talented and light-filled person.
Jack, it was great to be on the freshman English team with you. Always enjoyed sitting and chatting when we got a chance. Thank you for your year of service as an ASC English teacher.
I am really grateful that you were part of our English department this year. I wish you the best of luck next year, and I can't wait to see how your future unfolds.
I cannot wait to see what is in store for you, and I have no doubt that whatever it is, wherever you land, you're going to have a huge impact on the people that you're with. So I wish you nothing but the best, and please stay in touch.
I hope your dreams are as big as they can possibly be, because those are the only dreams you deserve. Thank you.
I would say that if you are looking to find God in all things here at SLUH, you don't have to look very much further than the front entrance of the building, where the lobby is and where Mimi Hartung is.
One of the joys of my pandemic year is that I have the pleasure of being able to assist with the morning check-in each day in the theater lobby. And a huge part of that joy is coming in every morning and getting a hello from Mimi Hartung.
A few years ago, I had a student who took care of it at your desk during lunch. I asked him if that was hard for him. Without missing a beat, he said, "Oh no, it is one of the favorite parts of my day. I love doing this for Mrs. Hartung because she does so much for so many, and it makes me so happy to know that she will have a break during the day."
I definitely want you to know, Mimi, that I hope you never are truly away from us, that you will definitely come back and visit us. You're always going to be welcome here, and we look forward to seeing you again. God bless you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hartung, for always being genuinely happy to be at SLUH and happy to see everybody in the morning. Thank you for being caring to everyone around you all the time and always willing to help people, whatever the circumstance. I hope that whatever you have planned for your future beyond SLUH goes well, and that you come back to visit us as soon as you can. Thank you.
Thank you for being a friend to me and to the thousands of people who walk through our doors. Thank you for always being so professional and at the same time so loving, so warm, so compassionate, so empathetic, and always truly welcoming.
Mimi, I really hope to see you often visiting. I hope you and I can still kind of work together a little bit, and I hope that above all things we can still remain friends.
And I hope that in some small way I can carry on, or we can carry on, the legacy that you have set at this place. But you have made St. Luke's U High better, and for that we're deeply grateful. Take care, Mimi.
I, from day one, have been so impressed with Willie's ability to just jump into our math department in the middle of a pandemic and just be all in all the time.
I first met Willie when I got hired on here 2 years ago as a freshman lacrosse coach, and Willie would come to lunches on freshman sophomore lunch to kind of walk around and learn to meet some of these kids and try to get some of the kids interested in lacrosse. Which I think is really important for a coach that was not on the campus.
Mr. Evans has been a great teacher this whole year. He's been really outgoing, charismatic, really friendly, and he just makes class so much fun, to be honest.
I'm gonna miss Willie's smile.
I'm probably most gonna miss hearing his loud voice just screaming across a lacrosse field or across the commons during lunchtime. Just kidding. That's not what I'm gonna miss most about Coach Evans.
Hearing that stupid laugh he has. He giggles all the time. It's horrible.
Really, what I'm gonna miss about Coach Evans is being able to just cross paths with him and have conversation.
I couldn't really converse on the level he's at. He is way smarter than me. I'm much more handsome than he ever will be. but he's wicked smart.
One thing that people probably don't know about Coach Evans that they should know is actually that he's a total softie.
I think he tries to put on that tough guy persona, but deep down I think that he really cares about everybody in his class.
When we're chatting, he always says, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." And I'm gonna miss that. No one else says that to me.
Thank you, Mr. Evans, for all that you've done. Thanks for being such a good teacher.
Willie, thank you so much for just saying yes to this kind of crazy opportunity.
Totally wish you the best on finishing your PhD.
I know that I will echo the sentiments of your players, of your students, and certainly of other colleagues at SLUH when I say that we are definitely going to miss having you around next year.
Hopefully you're so around the lacrosse program in years to come to help these kids. These kids love you, but they don't love your giggle. Just stop. Miss you, pal.
Good luck, my friend.
Giuseppe's been like a utility player on a baseball team. He's really done it all, from prefecting to proctoring to retreats to live stream masses, and he's really been a huge asset for communications.
You know, I remember the couple very first videos that we did, having him work audio and having me on camera just kind of put my mind at ease. So I'm really going to miss having that.
This book I read, and there's a story in it where the guy talks about when you're picking green beans, you get to the end of the row, you know, it's just work. When you do it with a friend, you get to the end of the row, you don't even realize you've been picking beans. And with Giuseppe, a lot of it's like that.
After working, I've had just kind of conversations, like theological conversations and philosophical conversations.
I would be walking around some days and Giuseppe would grab me and say, "Hey, you have a second? I've just got some thoughts." And we would always have a really nice spiritual conversation, a theological conversation, and I really appreciated that side of it all, to have colleagues that want to engage in the big questions.
You really have given your heart and soul to this place this year, and any place that gets to work with you next year is very lucky.
Thank you, Mr. Vedalero, for being such an amazing mentor and teacher, helping my friends and I grow in our spirituality, and always being humble and cheerful along the way.
Thank you for always expressing your care for and organizing fun and spiritually deepening school events.
I really appreciate just all the help that you've given on so many videos that we've done. I know none of those projects would have been the same had you not been there, and I wouldn't have had your help. So thank you so much for everything that you've done, and I wish you the best.
Thank you, Giuseppe, for dedicating an entire year in service to St. Louis U High.
Especially your technical support that was able to make our liturgies and our programming so accessible to our community. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
So thank you very much for your presence here, for your service to SLUH, and I'll miss you.
Best wishes.
If I'm starting a new school from the ground up and I want it to be known for one thing, it's the word joy. And I know who I want to run the school. It's Mr. Michael Moore.
As a colleague, Michael has added so much to our community. His spirit, his joy, his generosity.
I feel like every time I see him in the hallway, he just uplifts my spirits.
I think everyone walks away from Michael a little happier and a little more positive and a little more ready to spread the love of God because they have encountered it so readily when they've talked to Michael.
He wants to understand where you're coming from and wants to understand like what it's like to walk in your shoes, and he really takes the time to ask you questions to know that, to make sure that he understands what you're saying.
When Michael and I have a chance to talk, things sort of go deep and meaningful very fast.
Michael became one of those people who, when I had some real questions or was in a really dark spot, I knew he would be the person that, more importantly than anything, that he would just simply be there for me and walk alongside me wherever I was, whether that was a good or a bad place.
I'm also going to miss all his sayings of young love and oh yeah, and y'all like gumbo or y'all like Odysseus.
Y'all got some good footage? Giant jellyfish.
Oh yes, sir.
I think gotten a lot of these y'all like for Michael.
Y'all like friendship.
Y'all like the SLUH. Y'all like Spanish class. Y'all like immersion trips. Y'all everything. And I'm gonna really miss that.
If you've been around him, you know that yes, right? That yes to life. His classrooms are electric with joy and with love and with community. Even in this pandemic, it's been incredible.
I feel like I'm a little more myself when I'm talking with him, and I think maybe he's a little more himself. So we bring out a muchness in each other.
Mr. Moore, it's been a fun past couple of years with you. Freshman English, junior theology. You've been someone who I can talk to every day whenever I need it. You've always been worried about my family, checking in. How's that baby T?
And so, Michael, thank you so much for all of the work that you've done for SLUH in the past 3 years, but really more importantly, thank you for your dear, dear friendship. I wish you the best of luck in the next journey as you continue on in your training and your formation with the Jesuits.
I know that our gifts will continue to flow back and forth, and I send you off with my love and my blessings.
Thank you, Michael, for everything that you gave to us, and I look forward to when our paths cross again very soon.
And so for all the love that you've shown SLUH, for the love that you've shown me, and for the way that you have manifest God's love in my life, thank you very much.
Michael Moore, thank you so much for all you've given to our community and to me personally and to my family. We love you very much, but we will miss you every day.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. We're going to miss you.
Anyone that knows Joseph well knows that he throws his heart and soul into everything that he does.
He dreams big.
He is a dreamer. He thinks big. He thinks outside the box.
You gotta go look at his to-do list in his office. They're the biggest to-dos in the world.
He got involved in morning prayer. He got involved in retreats. He got involved in the formation program.
Design new theology class, revamp student spirituality at SLUH, design entire summer pilgrimage. Oh yeah, design new chapel.
The man just worked.
Someone not comfortable settling for the status quo and always looking at ways to continue to push and continue to improve and to grow.
I will miss Father Hill most for just his energy, where whatever he sets his mind to, he will put his full energy into it.
What I am not going to miss about Father Joe Hill, I'll tell you this right now, bruised ribs, like a cracked sternum, because somebody's got to get his rebound. Or
I'm remembering when you tackled me as part of our COVID quarantine footage. That video remains and perhaps is the source of my current back pain.
Guy's a scrappy player. He is all in. He's got grit and passion and fire. And that's a great metaphor just for Father Joseph Hill. I mean, he is all in for God.
When my mom was in the ICU, Father Hill came to be with my family, to pray with us, to offer a blessing for my mother. And in a time that was so scary and so unknown, it was such a grace to have Father Hill there praying with us and comforting us.
He has always taught me and has taught others that in the midst of hardship or difficulty on the road to achieving big things, that there has to be a trust that God is going to meet us halfway in the process. And he's always taught that there has to be hope that in the end, your hard work and your efforts will be for good.
I read a lot about Ignatius calling his disciples to go forth and set the world on fire. And when I think of the time Father Joseph spent here, I really think he set this community on fire.
Father Hill, I just want to say thank you for all that you've done here at SLUH.
It is a different place because of you. It is a better place because of you. The students love God more because of you.
Thank you for your zeal, for your witness, and your mentorship. Most of all, I thank you, brother, for your friendship.
Thank you, Father Hill, for your leadership, your service, and your commitment to SLUH.
Joseph, thank you so much for your friendship, for your caring nature.
Best of luck to you during your tertianship. Know that you will be missed so much here, and know that you'll always have friends back here at Sandwich U High.
So for being a wonderful role model to me and to the guys, and to keep me really grounded on like who I am as a disciple of Christ, I'm really thankful, Joe. I love you. I'm going to miss you. We're going to miss you.
The next place that gets to work with you is very lucky. You have big ideas and you're going to do great things.
You know, I've been dreading recording this just because I know that it means that Tom Flanagan's not going to be in the building every day, because he's meant so much to this place for so long.
You know, I talk to people about what's important in this job, and of all of the things I'd list, it's someone who's willing to accompany kids, someone who's willing to be with them on their journey as a student or an athlete. Tom is one of those guys.
I remember junior year of cross country, I was really unmotivated and I was actually considering quitting the sport. But I remember talking to him and him kind of remotivating me and igniting that passion back into me for the sport. He would regularly check on me and see how I was doing with my runs and just trying to help me improve as a runner. And that really meant a lot to me.
I will always remember my sophomore year during track. He wasn't coaching track, but he'd always meet with me and ask me about how my races were going. And it's one of the reasons why I think I broke 5 in the mile my sophomore year.
He basically lets students know that they're welcome in his life, and they're welcome at the margins of his life, in his free time. He's one of those rare people who really say to students, come on in, I'm there for you.
You know, if we look at the history of our cross-country and track and field programs, there isn't that much success until Tom Flanagan came on board as an assistant coach. It's his ideas and his innovations that led us to be the elite program that we are.
I think what I'll miss most about Tom is his witty remarks both around the office, during department meetings, in the hallways, and even during class.
I'm going to miss hearing Tom say things like, "You're a bing bong," or "Why aren't you just running faster?" or "If you suck like me, you might want to be running faster at practice."
One funny thing that he would say to me was just, "Don't suck." And I think I'm just going to keep that attitude in life, just to not take things too seriously and to always enjoy the moment. I think that's what he really taught me.
Thank you, Coach Flanagan, for being such a great teacher, coach, and role model to me these past 4 years.
The number of lives you've influenced, the number of young men that you have sent on their way to a better future, it's too many to count. But they're all counting it, Tom. They know, and I know.
Tom, thank you for many years of friendship, and I appreciate our work together as colleagues. Good luck to you and Ruth in the many bright years ahead.
Thank you, Coach Flanagan, for all that you do for SLUH, for all that you've done for me.
Thank you, Coach Flanagan, for just being one of the best coaches I've ever had, and being a great teacher, and really just a mentor and someone that I really want to model my life off of. Thanks so much.
Tom, we wish you the best of luck in retirement, and know that you're always a part of our program, and we're happy to have you back whenever we can.
Thank you, Tom. Godspeed.
When I started this school year, this year, I was nervous for calculus. I was like, this is going to be a hard class.
I was very scared going into calculus my senior year, just hearing all the stories from people that have already went through it.
And the first day I met Mr. Beckfire, it was me and Grant Sussman. We were in our senior class, like, orientation day. And Mr. Beckfire's there. And he's never met us, like, either of us before this day. And he comes up to us like, you guys are in my calculus class. I'm like, oh. How do you know it was us? But, you know, he knew. And he tells us the one thing we need to remember this year, calculus is fun.
He comes to class the first day with like that little placard.
So he, most years on the first day of class, would bring this sign in and set it on the desk, and with a big smile say that don't worry, we're gonna have a ton of fun this year, so calculus is fun.
He really made calculus approachable, easy. He really broke it down into its most basic parts, and then you put it all back together.
Mr. Beckfire has this perseverance in teaching where
He will explain it in 15 different ways. He will give you 10 different analogies, whatever it takes to get you to understand it, because whenever someone would have that light bulb moment and it would click for them, it was not just excitement in their eyes. You could see the joy in his eyes that he had gotten somebody to get this, and he loved those moments.
And he has always been there for me with extra help, whether in class answering questions or taking time out of his day to answer my questions. And that's really meant a lot to me, because this is a class where I a lot of times need that extra help, and getting help directly from Mr. Beckfar is awesome.
The biggest thing I think about Tom that I have known throughout the years, he cares. He's a caring person. You talk about a man for others, that's Tom Beckfar.
It is difficult to believe now, but in 1979, my first year of teaching here, there were only 3 female faculty members. Whereas the Jesuits welcomed us enthusiastically, not all of the lay faculty were that receptive. Fortunately, Tom was immediately supportive and gave me the encouragement that I needed to go through the somewhat uncharted territory of being in an all-male environment. I will never forget his help and support that he gave me at that critical time.
He is one of the best guys I've ever met, and he's a special man. And I think his kindness, his genuineness is something that I connected to right away.
I think overall, Mr. Beckfar really shares in the joys and the triumphs of all his students and all the people he knows at SLUH.
Ne plus ultra, beyond which there is nothing better. As a teacher, as an administrator, and especially as a friend, is the phrase that seems to me to really capture the essence of Tom and all that he has been for SLUH and for me.
The school has been so improved by your presence being here, and all of the work, all the time that you've put in. I hope to do my best to carry the torch.
Mr. Beckfar, thank you so much for being a great teacher to me. You mentored me. I'm a better person today because I had your class and I got to know you.
48 years is a long time. I'm only 41, as you know. But I'm just blessed for your friendship and so pumped for what your future holds.
Tom, I'm gonna miss you. I love you, man. I'm gonna miss you big time.
So Mr. Beckfar, I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you've done for me and for so many students who have come through SLUH.
Thank you, Mr. Beckfar, for all that you've done for SLUH, for me, and for every single one of your students.